This is Joyce
and Blake,
and welcome to Savagely Scaled. Hi guys, so it's Joyce and Blake again. I know we've been on a hiatus, so bear with us. There's been so much going on, I feel, these past few weeks, months.
There has been.
It's been nonstop. Yeah, crazy. But we're here, we're back, better than ever, and just touching up.
Speak for yourself.
For real though, we're working on it. Always working on it. But I agree. There's some things that I definitely have not been keeping up with, but we'll talk about it a little bit later. But as you know, the holidays are just around the corner. So we did want to dedicate an episode where we talk about staying on track with your fitness and nutrition goals when you're faced with all of the endless parties, grandmas are honestly Coach Amanda's famous cookies because they're so good.
Yeah, or traveling.
Yeah, that's another big thing. So we're giving you actionable tips and questions that you need to be asking yourself to survive this holiday season. So let's get to it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so let's talk about the holidays and working out and kind of the mindset that we have during that time. I would say personally, that holiday season, I tend to adopt a just eat whatever you want, enjoy yourself, you'll figure it out later kind of mentality. I honestly don't really try to neglect myself during that time, if I'm honest. But what's your take on that, Blake? How do you usually approach the holidays when it comes to working out?
So it depends, because I think a lot of times human nature steps in and goes, oh, January 1st is right around the corner. I'll just start in January.
New Year resolution.
And so many people are like, oh, my New Year's resolution is to lose weight, to get a nutrition coach, to do all this stuff. The thing that I try to do, and the biggest word is try, because we just had Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know.
And Thanksgiving for me was very gluttonous, but then Then again, I'm on a different journey this month for December, because I was like, you know what? I didn't like how I felt afterwards. Love the food, but I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how my clothes fit. I didn't like all that stuff. During the holidays, and especially for this month, I'm going to try to still be mindful, right? We do have some parties coming up. We have the girls' pajama party for CrossFit, and I have some other things, and I'm still going to be mindful, but doesn't mean I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to be mindful of I don't need, Blake goes off the deep end. So if there's cookies, it's not just one or two, which some people are like, oh, I can't even have one or two. I have 5 or 6. Yeah. And other stuff. So it's being mindful of that, and then enjoying my Christmas. So my Christmas Eve, my Christmas, and even if that means the day after, and being okay, well, I was very, very mindful during that lead up, and then I can have it here.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Some people go into that all or nothing. I'm a big all or nothing to I want all.
Yes.
Or I'm going to deprive myself. And I feel with nutrition, we can't really do that on a nutrition goal. You can't be I'm going to do it all or nothing, especially if we're starting.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. It's just different. And we look at it differently. We have different goals, Joyce and I, but mine for these, especially during the holidays, because I can just go for broke. I'm trying to be very mindful, and I'm still tracking my macros leading up to Christmas. And even my nutrition coach is not you have to be on your macros during Christmas or even for Thanksgiving. She was not. Again, I'm under Amanda Simmons and for my nutrition coach, and she's great with goals and setting them, but she's also very allowing during holidays. And during hey, I'm going to be out of town. Hey, this is my birthday. These are my plans. So she sets you up for success, and then be okay, that's your plan. And then once we get over that, we'll start hard.
Right.
And a lot of people go into that, again, mindset of January 1st is when I'll start everything. Maybe that's not a good goal, because there's a lot of resolutions that stop in March.
It's true.
In June. They don't even make it all the way to January.
Yeah, a lot of people do drop it.
Yeah, but I come to your house and have chocolate candies
every time,
that you have. I just
I love that though.
It depends on what you're okay with, what your goal is.
Right.
But yeah, during the holidays, for some of us, we can look at it, especially if we've been doing programming, if we've been doing nutrition during the year, like Thursday, Thanksgiving.
Is every Thursday.
Yeah. Thanksgiving and Christmas are sometimes like scary to think about for food. And even the months leading up to it. Because also like Thanksgiving, you have Friendsgiving.
That's what I was
going to say. You have invites for that. You have...
We had our Thanksgiving potluck at the gym.
Yeah, which some really good food.
After Halloween, no less, and all that candy.
Yeah. So like even looking at it like from a perspective like nutritionally wise, just as a person who's a client, not a nutritionist, a client, these are months like... The end of the year is fun. There's some great holidays, but they're scarier to me than like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, summer break. Like these are scarier looking at it in a goal wise, but it doesn't have to be scary. There's so many things that you also have to look at and be like, I'm okay with that. There's things that I'm not okay with. I bought all kinds of new fall and winter clothes that I want my body to fit in. But I'm also not going to be like, oh my gosh, I could only have vegetables to fit into like, they're not tight.
I'm only eating one almond every 4 hours.
It just depends like what you want to look forward to. Do you want to be where I'm going to indulge the entire time in December and then think January's resolution is going to fix my life for the rest of the year? Might not.
Yeah.
Might not be that way. Can you indulge and then be mindful of other things? Yes. It's what you are going to be happy with, because I can't tell you what you're going to be happy with.
That's you know,
because I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a life coach. Joyce went to school for psychology. I did not. So it's just, I don't want to go out there and tell people like, oh, you should be on these macros. Or you should do these things. I will say you should probably start it sooner than you think, if that's the thing that you're going to be on. And a nutrition coach shouldn't be like, oh, for Christmas, you can only do all these macros. It's more of like, let's look at what you're going to do. And of course, the holidays, we're going to give you some leniency because the holidays, you're spending time with your family. Don't be scared of it. Don't start it January. Don't not indulge yourself. Like if we have waffles every Christmas morning with whipped cream and strawberries and all kinds of stuff, Canadian bacon. Like I'm not going to sit there and be like,
amazing.
I'm sorry.
Skipping on that.
I have to either choose Christmas breakfast or Christmas dinner. I'm going to eat both.
You know, I'm with you.
It's what it is. But I'm not going to have that breakfast every day leading up until it.
Like the entire week.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
But I'm like the parties that we're going to and stuff. I'm going to eat food. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to be a little bit more mindful again, guys. I'm not going to eat the 6 cookies. I'll probably have 1.
Or just 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm joking.
People bring tons of other things. So it's also like, Blake, don't have 6 of that, 6 of that, 6 of that. Like have 1 of that, have that, have this, try this. Yeah. Like you can try it in portions. But I wish. I will remember the story of my Krispy Kreme when Amanda was like, yes, you can have Krispy Kreme. Just be very like mindful, track it. And then and she's like, oh, you didn't track it. And I was like, girl, because I bought a dozen and I literally ate half of that dozen in a day.
The shame was real. I could have put it on the log.
So I was very mindful in telling you what I did, but I didn't want to look at those numbers.
And I pretended it didn't exist.
And so that's what I do. I'm a normal human. I know, especially when they're fresh.
1 is not enough.
No.
It's not.
But
those things are like cotton candy. I swear to God, you eat one and you're like, that just disappeared. Where did it go? Yeah. Where's my pie?
There's no way it's that many calories. Yeah. Who ate all my pie?
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. What's like, I know you mentioned waffle breakfast after Christmas. What's another non-negotiable that you had this Thanksgiving that you were just like, oh, I'm not skipping on the double baked potato?
Oh yeah. I love my mac and cheese and stuffing.
Mac and cheese. Stuffing's a very popular response I get a lot from.
I like my stuffing, and my stuffing's very generic. Yeah. So it's not like anything fancy. I would like to try to make like homemade stuffing one year. I might do that for Christmas. But those are my 2 things. Of course, I like turkey. But like when I think of Thanksgiving and Christmas, like the mac and cheese and the stuffing, I don't have that all the time. I do like implement like around January and February, and sometimes even Christmas, like turkey breast because
I do
there's
like turkey breast.
Yeah, there's like Thanksgiving meal preps that I've done where you do turkey breast, some mushrooms, some mushroom gravy over green beans and things like that.
Oh, I like that.
So I'll do that. So it's not really the turkey. The rolls are okay, but those are my two that I like absolutely
have.
love. When it goes into Christmas, we switch it up just a little bit. Like we do twice baked potatoes.
Oh, I love those.
So we're going to be doing
make them
that.
so good.
They're so delicious. We're having ham. I'm not a big ham person.
I could do some ham,
Yeah, I'm okay.
I like making sandwiches with the dinner rolls with the ham.
See, my mom does that too. Ham is just like
Terry Joe, she knows what's up.
it's give or take for me.
love
So
it.
again, I'm gonna
Maggie cooks a mean ham. She made a nice one for the potluck. I was like, ooh.
There's something like I could only have ham like twice a year,
Really?
if that. Yeah, I'm not a big ham person.
I don't know if I ate a lot of ham actually.
Yeah,
And a sandwich?
no,
No?
I don't really like it.
What's your go-to sandwich then? Like turkey?
I love turkey.
I do
I
love
love
turkey.
chicken breast.
That's my go-to. Turkey's my go-to too. But okay. I do
Yeah.
love those two options. They're so delicious. And you mentioned some meal prep options. You do like leftover
There's that, or I just buy like sometimes the stores have the frozen turkey breast from Genio on sale during that time, and I'll cook the turkey breast.
Yeah.
Cut it up. But she makes a mushroom gravy. Oh, so it's kind of like you're having the turkey, you're having gravy, but then you're also having the green
vegetable.
bean casserole.
I
in
love
it.
green
And then
bean
you could put
casserole.
like cranberry sauce in it if you want that too.
I like that.
Something like that, and you're having like a remake of your
Thanksgiving
dinner, but
Okay.
you're having a turkey breast instead of like the leftover dark meat or anything like that.
That's
Because
smart.
leftovers only last for so long, guys.
That's true. That is true. I do like the idea of just like you said, if you're ever feeling up for a little small Thanksgiving dinner meal prep, you can knock that out. And I'm sure there's lots of turkeys for sale after Thanksgiving that don't
Yeah.
sell. So that's actually a pretty good alternative.
Yeah, it's really nice to have that. And I've had that like in the middle of the year when I was like, man, I really want some turkey and some green beans.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do this. And I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms too.
So I like to cook them. Like even my taquitos, I like to put mushroom
That's up with some
taquitos.
chicken? Okay.
Yeah,
that
see.
sounds pretty good actually.
So there's things like that you can do to where you're like, oh, I'm still having really good meals. There's also like when people are like, I can't meal prep. There are so many things out there on Instagram. Even
There
like
is.
Amanda puts stuff out, Maggie puts stuff out. Like there's, you do have to find it. I also follow Stealth Health, and I've bought his cookbooks too. Really great. And he lays out all of the instructions, all of the macros, stuff like that. Like I look into when people are like, I got 60 grams of protein in this. I also want to know for me, right? For me, because I've been doing macros for years, I want to know the carbs and I want to know the fat. You know, there's sometimes when people put the protein out there, because that's the biggest thing people can't get. For me, then I'm like, wait a minute, then what's the
all the other
carbs?
things?
Because if it's outweighing other things that aren't going to fit into it, then I'll tweak the recipe. And be like, oh, okay, then I'm not going to do as much as this, stuff like that. But again, this is like years of stuff, and I'm still learning things. But if you need that and you're like, I don't like to eat the same thing, figure out something that you do like and start from there. I've had friends who just like had meal prep parties and they brought their crock pots, and one person did all the chicken breast, one person did the rice, and you would make like your own, you know, their
Toyo bowl or something.
Yeah. And you would figure it out that way. And then you're doing it as a group. Or like for me, I just figured out like one meal that I did enjoy. And I started from there. And it wasn't all
smart.
3 meals. Like breakfast is hard for me, as you can see this morning. It's hard for me. So I would have to like figure out what was best that reheating, like egg wise or stuff like that.
Eggs are pretty great.
Yeah. Lunch is sometimes easy when starting. Like you figure out which meal's the best and go from there for you. But like holiday wise, you can make anything holiday into something healthy option.
That's true. Yeah, for me, I'm going to be honest. Holidays come around, I don't count nothing. Like I just eat. And in my culture, like my grandma came to town this Thanksgiving, so I hosted. In my culture, we're very like, oh, you're not eating? You don't like the food? And then grandma would be like, here's another one. And you're just like, great. Or I'm going to make this too. And you're like, but we're full.
Yeah, I remember when I came over last year and I was getting ready for my meet in January.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're only eating that and you brought this. And I was like, I'm going to eat all the meat. I just can't have all the other stuff. Yeah, I was like, I just can't have all the other stuff.
Like, so we made all this carne asada and you're not going to have some?
No, I had all that because that was the meat I could.
No, but that's how they'll talk to you. They'll be like, you didn't like the rice? And then you're just like, Grandma.
Yeah, and I'm like, I literally love it. I just can't have it.
I know.
Otherwise,
poor Blake.
You know, I have to look at it this way. Oh, will I be happy eating grandma's food? 100%. Am I going to be really mad at myself that I did my macros for a whole year and didn't do it? Yeah.
Just kidding. She did take a bag of tamales home though. So
oh yeah,
you did. So I'll give you that.
I was like, I'll take to-go food to make sure that I'll eat this after my meat.
You did, and you took me too. Because you took some for Chris also. So
yeah,
she did.
I still ate it. Like I'll eat all that stuff. But I was very jealous.
Was that also the time that was it Chicha who bit Chris's finger?
Oh yeah,
that was so funny.
And we were all like, "Don't do it." And of course,
just
my
kept
husband
his finger there the whole time.
My husband's like, "Oh no, all dogs will deal with
love me."
Yeah, and I'm like,
that dog did not love him.
He's like, it's because he loves Chihuahuas, and I was like, that dog doesn't like anybody.
But he didn't take his finger away, and he kept gnawing at his finger. I was like, Chris, take your finger off. And I was like, Mom, put Chicha out of there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's our parties, right? But there's food everywhere. And
there's food, there's people, and there's like 15 drinking, dogs.
And there's 15 dogs
dressed up.
Yeah. It was like the Met Gala for dogs out here.
It was my
crazy.
Mom absolutely loved that. She's like, oh my God, they have gowns on. I was
they
like,
do.
right?
My mom goes extra.
And what's the tiny one's name?
Cece.
Cece had the most beautiful dress on, and she
was
like
Met Gala
tiny,
style. I was like, oh my God.
She would come up to you and just be like, look how cute I am.
I know,
you
she's
had
like,
to feed her.
And then she opens her mouth.
Yeah.
And then her breath is kicking. And you're like, oh, sweetie. You're not getting Miss Universe, but... Anyways, but yeah, my family's all about the food. I still have leftovers from last week, but she made like every kind of fried tortilla you can think of, like in like sweet version and enchilada version and like tacos, and we had like soup. It was a lot. So for me, definitely never hold back when it's the holidays. And then I'm usually just like, okay, now I just got to do damage control. And like, now that it's over, go hard. And that's kind of where I mess up, because I'm like, okay, now that I've gained these 3 or 4 pounds from the holidays, like now I'm just going to work out like 6 or 7 times and like eat like a rabbit and try to get back to where I was. And that's the unhealthy side of Joycey that I'm like, I need to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, because that's going to be your entire year, right? Because you have to look at your year and be like, oh, well, when I go and travel, I'll do this. Oh, when I go, and then I'll come back and I'll just do
habits.
And Joycey, when you turn 36, it's worse.
It's not going to be that easy.
Yeah. You're still young.
I know. So I agree. There's some things I need to be like working on in terms of like, how do I kind of modify that behavior? But in the same way, I'm like, I get it. Like, it's the holidays. We should have like moments to like indulge and have like, you know, that delicious cookie that you've been waiting for all year. Like, I get it. But I agree with Blake. The all or nothing like mentality can be something that we maybe don't want to fully like jump into every single time. And there's ways to kind of like manage that and approach it. Like, something that's been very helpful for me is kind of saying like, I'm going to limit myself to just, like you said, one cookie. Like, I'll still have that sweet kind of item that I really want, but I'm just going to work on my portion control. And I feel like that works pretty well. Like, I personally love to have a little bit of everything. Like, if I can taste a little bit of everything and just a spoonful, like, that's a win. But I know my mom and my other family members would complain about it all the time. Like, who opened the cookie packet and only got one cookie? And I'm like, that was me.
Opposite. I'm like, who opened it and left a half? That's the only thing that's left, is a half cookie. You just decided, I'm going to have the last 5.5, and whoever opens this gets the half, even though they wanted a whole. Thank you. I'd rather you've opened it and only had one.
Oh, well, I mean,
yeah. I'm like, go ahead.
We should be
if you just
rooming
want to
together.
try that, that's fine. I lived with somebody who would like, you'd open something and be like, okay, there's like a teaspoon left of this. I can't use it. Did you
Like
you
a
go to the
spoonful.
store? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, why didn't you refill that? Oh, because there's still some left in it. Not to do anything with. There's one time when I had like sliced cheese and I was like, to make a sandwich and not a little sandwich, like I make a sandwich, bread.
Yeah, that tastes pretty. Yeah.
There was a
half
half
what
of a sliced cheese, and I was like,
interesting.
Did we not want to buy another like sliced cheese? Oh, your rule is still there's left, so technically you're using the last of it, so you should.
What
buy
am I
it.
gonna do with this?
Yeah, I'd be like, okay. Thanks.
No, don't get me wrong.
Like, I'd rather you open it and use it and then be like, oh, I got the last one. Or no.
But I am that person. If I see that last piece of casserole and it's like, I was only going to get a sliver, I'll be like, I'll just take the whole thing. Yeah. Just, why am I going to be that person that just leaves a spoonful? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think that's a good rule in the holidays, like the rule of one, taking away from like the all or nothing and just being like, I'm going to have a little, like, I think something like that's helpful is, and something that Amanda had mentioned before is like eating a little bit before going to the holidays.
Yeah.
And it could be something that you might consider like, okay, I'm going to be going to this party. I'm going to be eating a lot of delicious fry stuff. Like maybe I'm going to eat a banana or some fruit before I head over to the party. Or maybe I think an example that was here was a small chicken breast or something that you know is going to be nutritious and fulfilling for you before you head into the party. And at least you'll say like, well, I hit a goal of feeding myself a fruit or a vegetable for the day. Well, that's a win, right?
Yeah.
Personally, if I pregame before a party, it's usually a shot or something. It's never something healthy.
Liquid.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing to kind of take on. And then, of course, modifying your recipes to kind of make them more macro friendly around the holiday season. So I think Blake brought up a really good idea of like, the holidays are around the corner. Let's prepare ourselves weeks before that. So we're not scrambling like Joyce is to make up all those, pounds that you gain that 1-2 days. So I think that's a fantastic idea. And just to kind of share, I guess, a Thanksgiving fall themed recipe that I personally like to use. I know Blake brought up a delicious Thanksgiving meal one. I am a big sucker for drinking smoothies in the morning because I, like Blake, am horrible at breakfast. Like if I would probably skip it because I'm just caught up at work. And before I know it, I'm like, oh, it's lunchtime. Like I need to eat something.
I'm like, dang.
It's bad. It's really bad. But it is a good idea to have something to kickstart your metabolism. So breakfast is pretty important. So I usually knock out a green smoothie or something along those lines. But there is a pumpkin pie smoothie. And I know Blake doesn't like pumpkin flavored things. But for my pumpkin lovers out there, if you're craving something sweet, something with pumpkin in it, mixing Greek yogurt, some vanilla protein powder, and then they have the canned pumpkin. You can just put a little bit of that in there, some nutmeg if it hits your craving, and then I add a little bit of just like that protein milk, the Fairlife, and add a little bit of ice, and then let's go. And it's pretty good for all of my pumpkin lovers out there. I know, sorry Blake, not for you, but
it's a season for a lot of people.
It is.
And like to go back on the party, like again, like look at your goals. If your goal is that like your food brings people together, like food is very like, oh, if you don't eat it, like what's wrong with it or things like that. You have options of like, oh, I am going to entertain that for this. Or you have the option of eating before. Yeah. And then just like having dessert there. Because what happens is if you're a grazer, and I'm kind of like a grazer to where I'll just keep, like if it's in front of me and it's good, I'll just keep eating it and eating it. And then I'll go to snacking, grazing, snacking. Like you need to know like what are you okay with? You know, what are you going to be happy with? Is that quick satisfaction of, yes, I'm happy in that moment eating all that stuff, but the next day I'm going to tear myself apart. I'm going to do that. So you need to figure out like, okay, what am I okay with? And if like having one cookie is your goal, right? We talk about goals. We've had goals all this year. What is going to be your happy goal? And it shouldn't be like, I'm going to do nothing and I'm just going to not eat there, or I'm going to eat at home. Yeah. But there's sometimes when you're like, oh, I ate at home and there's better food here. Like I go through that. We also go to like CrossFit, we see these people all the time, CrossFit events where a lot of times people bring their own meals, and There are people who don't get it, and that's family, or those are new members who are like, why'd they bring their own meal? But for some of us who have been around each other for a long time and we know each other's goals, or we know that's easier for them, it becomes so like, oh, well, that's because they have a goal of this. And it's not that they're not enjoying their time here. It's because they have a different type of goal. And I'm not going to judge them and be like, oh, they're missing out because they're not having, Joey's dip. Like, it's just, you have to be mindful of your goal and not like look at somebody else's goal and be like, oh, well, that's just too much. That you're happy with having that one cookie to where they're happy about, they want to be here and eat with you too, but they're bringing their own meal because they have to do their macros.
That's true.
What if they are like, oh, I'm just going to indulge during Christmas, so I can't do it over here. If I indulge all month, then that puts me back for how long when I already have this goal in April? Am I going to have to fight harder in those other months when I didn't have to if I just decided to have these happy goals for myself? True. So there's things like that. If you ever like feel the need that you want to dive deeper into it, again, like we have Amanda at our gym, and you can also, she does, I don't want to say satellite. You don't have to go to our gym to have her as a nutrition coach. She can do everything online through you. I mean, even when I check in, it's all through my phone, all through the app, the check-ins as well. You can text her and whatnot, but you can find her on Instagram at Amanda_May on Instagram, and you can ask her all the fun questions. But it is like, why wait till January 1st? You might as well start now.
Yeah, I forgot to mention my non-negotiables because I was thinking like,
what is yours?
Tequila, tamales, and tres leches cake. I should call it the triple T's.
Yep.
I was like tamales, tequila, and tres leches cake. But yeah, I don't know. Tamales are like it's a staple, man. New Year's, Christmas, like all the time. I have some in my freezer right now. But yeah, that's something on top of the tacos that my grandma made, and on top of the chicken noodle soup that she made.
But like going into nutrition now, what about like schedule changes? Because when holidays come, our schedules change. We travel, we do all kinds of stuff. Like, how are you fitting in your workouts during the holiday time?
Yeah, I think the holiday season's always kind of tricky in general as a mind space and as a workout space. Like the gym feels emptier because people are traveling and doing their thing. My schedule feels packed all the time because there's Christmas shopping and then work. And like the 5-day commitment just feels like so much harder, I feel. Because you're either traveling or you're spending time with your family, and your family wants to do XYZ, so you can't squeeze in a workout. So I feel like time is one of the hardest things possible for me during the holiday season. So if I'm honest, I usually don't really work out. If I do find some time and I'm able to squeeze it because my mom's at work or I don't know, caught up in something, I'll maybe do like a quick 20-minute like non-machine workout I can find online. But if I'm being honest, it's hard to commit that time to the gym during those occasions. I don't, if at all. And my family's never been one to be like, oh, let's go work out the day after Christmas. Or maybe we'll go on dog walks with all the dogs, things like that. But for the most part, I just, again, prepare in anticipation to the holidays, try to work out like as most days as I can before I go on that break. And then I kind of take advantage of the break to just be like, you know what, give my body some rest. Maybe I'll do a little bit of stretching here or there and, just do a few walks with the dogs throughout the holiday season. And that's it. And so I take it more as like a rest, I suppose, for my body. But when I do come back, I do feel like the after effects of having taken that said break. But it's always like a slow kind of build up again to like when the new year comes. So I don't know. I just take my time with it and I'm very patient with it. But I do prepare and try to go work out every day before I head out or travel to the holidays, which I am doing this year. So that's going to be an adventure. But New Year's, I still haven't quite figured out if I'm going to come back or if I'm going to stay out there. So there's nothing to do out here New Year's anyway. So I'm you might
as well party out there.
I mean, I was thinking just staying there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just a long time.
It is. And you got to deal with your family.
And I love my routine. That's the problem.
That is.
I won't see you lovely people at the gym.
That is like one thing that I feel like this year I've accomplished with my family. I'm not saying that like Joyce's family is bad or anybody else's family. When you go to visit, like saying that you're going to go to the gym after these things is hard. But like when I have my family here, I'm always like, hey, remember, like I have goals or I have to work, like, and the reason why I'm working is because somebody else's family might have needed them. Like there's things like that. But like I have goals, I have things that I want to hit. And I also have family members who are like, oh, I want to go. And I'm like, okay, do you want to go and see me not hit my goals, or do you want to go and me try everything? So I have to work out. Thanksgiving, I did tell my family, like, okay, I have Thanksgiving off, but the day after and so on, like, I'm going to go work out. I have to maintain these because I have a different goal. Past family members, or past holiday times, my mom would have given me a very hard time. Very, very hard time, and be like, this is your family time. It's not gym. This isn't healthy, all this stuff. Now I get it. There's like two different flips to that coin, right? Where I'm just like not spending any time. I'm at the gym for hours. I really don't care what's going on. I'm not helping, but I don't do that. Yeah. Like I help cook. I help do things. We do things with the kids. Like even that time, like I was like, okay, well, we're going to the movies, so I can either go before or after. And then I was looking at the time, spending time with the kids and my uncle and my mom and everything. And I was like, I'll go after. So that way, like, we don't have anything to worry about. I don't have to be rushed.
Time crunch, yeah.
We don't have anything to do with the kids. We don't have anything to do with any of the relatives. Like, everybody's done. And it was the day after Thanksgiving.
Smart.
So it's also, like, placing it in that. And me being more, I don't know, go with the flow when my workout's going to be.
Right.
Right. Compared to, oh, no, I have to be at the gym at this time because da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not like here. You know, where I'm like, I have to fit it in to pick up some people or to go to work or do this.
True.
So if that's like, again, it's just like eating, like, what is your happy goal? What is it going to be happy? But it's also having that mental break or that boundary set up with yourself or with your family of like, hey, like, I am here, but the reason why I'm working out is because of this goal I have in the future.
Right.
And you guys, like, for me, and this might be like rude or mean to say to people, but like, if my goal was to lose weight after Thanksgiving, I'm going to the gym. That's going to be a wrong goal for me, right? I'm not going to lose everything that I ate. I'm not drinking like all those things. I feel is like a better goal is like, what is your future goal? My future goal is I have a meet in April that I really want to hit things. So that's why I went to the gym. It wasn't because I want to lose weight. I'm not going to lose the 5 pounds that I just gained in eating. So when we talk about these goals, or when I talk about these goals, it's really future goals. And is this step going to get you to that goal? You know, or is the step of you taking a break or doing a deload or just not going to the gym and doing family time going to help you in your goal too? Because that's also a really good goal. There's times when I've been like, I can't. Like mentally, I'm not there. And I've, you know, messaged my coach or my nutritionist and be like, I can't. Like, I know that I had a plan. The plan broke. Now I can't do it. And it's never met with you're failing. You're doing all these wrong. It's okay. You're doing it right for your mental health. You know? So seeing what boundaries you have for your mental health or for your physical health, like there's all types of those boundaries that you can have with yourself, with your family, with your coaches, and being truthful about that and being open with yourself, with your family, and with your coaches during this time. You know, if you're like, I don't have a nutrition, I don't have a coach. Okay, then it's about yourself. What are you going to be happy with? Family time, working out time. What is there? Can you do both? What are you going to be happy with? What are you not going to be happy with? You know, those are the things that you have to do. But with these schedules, I know like people travel and we have tons that travel and they end up staying in hotels and things like that. You can go to the gym in the hotel. You can go for a walk. You can go, if they have a heated pool, you can go for a swim. There's so many things that you don't have to be inside of a gym.
Right.
Or you can do a drop-in. Drop-ins are really fun during the holiday
I like
time.
To do.
I loved every time that I dropped in around my mom's house. Like there's a few gyms that I go to for CrossFit. I wish we had a better weightlifting gyms around my mom's house, but for CrossFit, like those gyms are very, very nice, very welcoming. It's so much fun going to the holidays. Like that's when they have those special holiday WODs.
I do like
or
going
they
to
have more
drop-ins.
people. Yeah. So there's so many options for you if you want it. If you don't, then don't stress yourself out that you didn't plan for a drop in or you didn't make it. There's times when I've also been and been like, I've messaged those gyms and be like, actually I ended up not doing it because of my family came in and I wanted to spend more time. And 9 times out of 10, those gyms are gonna be like, no problem.
Yeah.
Right? It's what is going to work for you during the holidays. What are you going to be happy with? Not what everybody else is going to be happy with. What are you going to be happy with yourself at the end of the day?
I like that. So I guess the theme of it that I've kind of felt through the conversation is like, what is your non-negotiable fitness goal for the holiday season? And then like the bare minimum you must hit each week to feel successful.
Yeah. And it's also like there's people who've asked, you know, is the holiday, if I break during the holidays, is that going to ruin my progression? Is it going to ruin everything? And I know I'm like honing in on Amanda a lot, and this is not
she's been
like
helping
an
you throughout
advertisement.
this whole thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's also like she's been with me through so many holidays and so many
setbacks.
Yeah. For myself mentally, where I'm like, oh my God, I ate everything. And that's why I gained 10 pounds. And she has to sit me down and be like, you know, it takes a long time to gain actual pounds. We probably didn't drink our water. We didn't go for our walks. Our body's not in our normal, you know.
And you feel it. Yeah. Your body kind of responds to you. Like this feels different, and it comes out in many ways. Like TMI, right? But your bowel movements respond differently when you're traveling. Like it's
everything.
Crazy.
So you also have to look at yourself for that. Like, don't be like, well, I gained the 5 pounds because I ate
Well, you don't sleep. Your sleeping patterns off when I travel.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
So when you come back, you reset. You know, that's okay too.
Giving yourself that grace.
Yeah. When I was saying don't start in January, it's just because like resolutions, like a lot of times when we do resolution, guys,
you go all or nothing.
Yeah. And it's hard to set yourself up for success for a long-term year goal.
Yeah, we're very hard on ourselves.
And understand that you're going to have setbacks and not stop at the setback. That's what I mean when the year resolution thing. We get stuck in the setback and be like, well, we didn't do it. And everybody,
it's true.
A lot of people are like, oh, I want to make more money or I want to lose weight. And it's like, okay, maybe we can I want to find a gym in January. Okay, February. I want to make sure I'm going 3 days a week or I'm doing this. Even if you go to a Globo gym, I want to make sure I'm doing that. I'm making time. It was hard. I did it. Okay, February. Now I'm doing a different goal. You're still meeting your goal of losing weight technically. Right. If you want to look at it that way. But don't do this whole like, I'm going to do this. It takes a long time for people to be set. Like for my weightlifting goal was a whole year. It was a full commitment. Like I made myself that goal. I was like, I will do weightlifting for a year. This was a year ago in November when I made that goal. And it was very hard, but I couldn't give up because I also had people that were committed to, oh, you're going to be there at 2. Okay, we're going to be there at 2. Oh, you have a meet to go to at this time. So there's things where in those months I had these little goals as we did in our goal episodes that helped. You can't make one just big long goal because then there's so many different avenues and so many different setback times that it's going to shut you down or you're going to overthink everything.
That's a good point.
So, but yeah, just remember, like, even if you're going somewhere, I know Joyce has talked about like elliptical or even like, she had a great workout when we were discussing like you can do things like body weight
without
air
machines,
squats, burpees, push-ups. You can
mobility, maybe do some stretching.
Mobility is really good over the break too, because that's also moving your body, going on walks, going for runs. I used to go on runs. I don't like to run, but when I used to go with my mom, when I would go for my mom years ago, I would literally do a 3K every time I went to my mom's, and I don't like running, but it was because
headphones on and let's go.
Yeah, it was because I was like, okay, well, I don't have time to go to the gym for 2 hours or an hour. It's right here. She lives near a lake. I can just run around the lake, and then I'm at the house. And if she calls me, somebody could pick me up, or I can just like do a shortcut.
And let's be real, guys, you don't even need more than 20 minutes sometimes in a run and you're done. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
This is good.
So there's things like that.
There's options. Yeah.
There's all kinds of options. So it's like being very mindful of what you want to do as an athlete and as a person. December is going to look different. November looked different for a lot of people, but December, because then you have Christmas and all the Christmas parties and holiday things. Yeah. And then you have New Year's right after. Then you have my kids in the background.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to give yourself a mental break. It's okay to have those workout boundaries or no workout boundaries. Like, I'm not going to work out. I'm going to spend time with my family because I need it. Or I'm going to tell my family that this is why and these are my goals. I need you to accept that. Right? So there's all kinds of things that you can do.
Talking about traveling and the holidays, I was just going to rapid fire some holiday questions, and then you just let me know how you feel about them and what you're doing. We talked a little bit about what is like the single most indulgent food or drink that you enjoy this season, mainly for like Thanksgiving, but is there a similar one for Christmas? Or do you guys do anything for New Year's? Like, you also eat pretty well, or is it more just like relaxed? Like, what do you guys usually do for New Year's?
New Year's, years ago, I would go to Vegas every year.
Really?
Yeah. It was fun. I loved it. And then we would have like little parties at my mom's. Now we just, it's like
kind
a
of died down
day.
Yeah.
And we have leftovers, or if somebody wants something special. And then we always do like the apple cider. I mean, we have the kids.
You could throw a little
sometimes
party.
like we do like sparklers. We usually do sparklers with them and do that. We usually like tell them New Year's is like at 10 o'clock.
Oh, so you could go to bed early.
Yeah. Or we can just spend time together, and then they're like, cute. Happy New Year's. We've spent it with you before.
That's true.
So it's more of like, ever since a kid's, a very laid back holiday compared to when I was younger. It was like
it was
would
such
go
a
to a
big deal.
big party
Or watch the TV screen for the ball thing.
drop and things like that.
It has kind of died down. You're right.
As I get older, it dies down. I would love to go back to Vegas. Vegas is just so expensive now.
It's insane.
They used to have where you only had to stay the one day, and then they switched it to 2, and then they'll switch it to 3.
That's true. I saw
and
the
then
2 day.
All the resort fees and stuff like that.
It's insane.
Yeah, but it is fun.
Insane.
They closed down Las Vegas Boulevard. You can walk on it. What
do you do? You just dance around all the clubs and stuff?
You can. Like, I used to get in when Blake was really fun. I would get into like clubs for free during that time. Like, I've seen Travis Barker.
They're like, redhead, let her in.
I've seen a couple other, I forget. Travis Barker was just really, really big. So I remember that because I was front row. But I've been to clubs, or you can just go. They have like bands all along Las Vegas Boulevard because they shut it down, and you just walk on Las Vegas Boulevard and dance, and they have DJs out, and you just have fun. Cool. And then they shoot fireworks off of like the main. It's like a big, huge rectangle. So there's like 4 hotels that they shoot fireworks off.
Wow.
And it's really
makes
nice.
you want to go party for New Year's now.
It's really fun. I'm tired right now, so
you're like, that does not sound appealing to me at all. It doesn't sound fun to me right
now unless I slept all day. But I absolutely loved it. I did it for a couple of years.
Wow, we're gonna have to bring that back, dude.
Yeah,
one day.
So it was nice, and my family was out there too. Like my mom, my uncles, my aunts, like they did it too for years.
They're
because
party
they used
animals.
to do it when they were younger.
I could see it.
Yeah. And
one day
we would meet up with them. Like, so my group of friends would meet up with them, and then we'd go our separate ways. And it was awesome. It was a blast.
That's cool. Yeah.
I used to go to Vegas all the time, girl.
That's crazy. I know when we went for your birthday, I was like, this is cool. But then, but it was still a lot of fun. I had a great time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to do that another day. So what is something that you pack if you are traveling for the holidays to make sure that you'll be moving, or that you can kind of hold yourself accountable to that?
I always bring workout clothes.
Oh, okay.
You know, like that
set yourself
helps
up
me to be like, well, I don't want to be like, oh, I didn't bring anything.
Like what? Yeah.
So I always bring my leggings, a workout, sports bras, and I always bring more than I want. So if I have 3,
so like at least 2 or
yeah, then I might work out for the 3 days. That's what I used to do. Like now I do. Like I tell my whole family, like, this is the day I'm working out, or these are the days I'm working out. So here it is.
And what's 20 minutes, right? Like, I mean, you can make your workout be like, I just need 20, 30 minutes or whatever. And like,
yeah, for me, and because this is been so long and like coming, like when I sit down and I'm like, hey, it's gonna be like an hour and a half, you could be okay. Like even when I tell my husband or when my mom comes out here, I'm like, hey, I have to go work out.
For the most part, I feel like
this year has been a lot of growth for my mom and my husband in my goals with my weightlifting. They've been very like more open than normal because they can see like a different fire has been set, and I'm actually for them it's kind of rude because they're like, oh, she's actually achieving something compared to in CrossFit. She's actually going to do something with it. Yeah, they're rude. But they're very happy with me. Like even when I sat with my husband and he's like, why do you have to go so early? I was like, because I have to do my programming. He's like, isn't it 30 minutes? And I walked him through my entire programming. And because Blake is elderly, she has to stretch for like 30 to 40 minutes. Because if I do quick ones, my whole week is going to be rough. But it's when he was like, oh, wow, you have to do a lot of stuff. I was like, yeah, I have to do a lot of stuff. And what do you think? I'm just like athletically inclined? No, that's not me. That's him.
That is so funny.
And my mom. So it's just like, when I did that with my mom and my uncle and stuff, I got less pushback on, oh, she's training. It's because she's training for something.
That's true.
And most of them are going to that something in April. So they're like, oh, okay. And especially when I did the thing in August, they really were like, dang. So that's why she has to do it. I don't know why, like my family and my husband just thought that I just loved hanging out at the gym. I do. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Any gym member who listens, I love hanging out with you guys, but I don't want to hang out just to hang out for 6 hours. Right. Yeah. Like I'm an athlete too. I would like to go work out. But yeah, when my husband was like, oh, I just thought you talked. I was like, I love talking to the members because I am Blake there. I am not mom and I'm not a wife. So they actually, you know, like, they talk to me and ask me about my day and what's going on. And I don't need to do anything for them at that moment. Now, when I'm coaching, I have to do a lot. But before that and after that, it's, you know, those are my friends. Those are my family. So it's nice that I get checked in with that. But when my mom and my husband realized that, they were like, oh, like, yeah, I'm actually doing stuff. I'm talking in the middle of it, but I'm actually doing stuff. So it's just... Sorry, I forgot where we were headed.
We were just talking about traveling in the holidays and what you take.
It's more of like, you can be like, oh, I'm going for a run and this is what I'm doing and I'll be back. You can start little like that. And then once you have, if you're like, hey, no, I'm going to a CrossFit class, you know, and it takes me 10 minutes to drive there. Remember that. It takes me 10 minutes to drive back. So that hour class is now an hour and 30, maybe depending on traffic. Like you can set your family up for that too. It's not where they're like, you were gone for 2 hours. It's like, bro, I got to drive.
That's true.
You know,
driving down there is whole different than driving out here.
It's helping set your family's expectation of your workout too. It's a lot. It's a lot as you become an adult that you're like, why do I have to explain myself to people?
No, I mean,
but it's the same thing. Like when my mom used to go work out when I was younger, I'd be like, why? It's an hour class. Why are you gone for an hour and 30? And she's like, well, because my friends are there. I talked to them and I had to drive and all this stuff. Like when she used to do that. And it's like, oh, okay.
Or now my parent equivalents, like with my grandparents, she's like, we have a doctor's appointment or we have to go do this. And I'm like, perfect. I'll go to the gym.
That too, like you can work it around. Like how I said, I went to the movies with my family. Like, was it going to be smarter for me to rush my workout and be late to the movies? Or would it be better if I did it after the movies? And then, you know, it might be rougher.
You're being mindful.
Yeah. You still have to be mindful of the people around you because they're taking the time to spend time with you too.
True.
You know, you don't want to be rude back just because they don't understand.
That is true. Traveling, man, holidays, it's wonderful. Let's see. Oh, I was going to ask who your accountability partner is, but it seems like Amanda's that accountability partner for you.
Amanda is nutrition wise, like working out wise. It's Maggie because of lifting. We check in because if we don't see each other, you and me, we're like, where have you been? Are you going to the gym? Are you coaching? Are you doing this? Yeah. There's times when you just come to the gym. There's times when I've just gone to say hi.
We're just like, hi, bye.
But like accountability wise,
It's a mix.
It's a mix because I feel like these last couple of months, with Maggie being hurt, and then like Amanda, I don't see Amanda until like Saturdays if she's working. So my check-in with her is Wednesdays for accountability.
It's busy.
So it's had to be myself, you know, which is good. I still have people checking in on me, and like how I said, Amanda, our check-ins are on Wednesdays, but she always leaves the check-in with, if you need anything, please message me, please text me, please do this. You know, if I'm having a rough day, I'll text you, I'll text Grace, I'll text Maggie, for lifting wise, you know, it's just, those are it. But like the last couple of weeks, I feel like it's been myself to tell myself that I have to do it. Yeah. You know, the lifting girls are great accountability too. We have a new board at the gym that shows us like our numbers that we've all hit. And I think that's going to be really good for myself because I literally compete with myself. I know like Heather and I are very close in numbers, but my goal is never to like beat her. It's to beat my number, right? Because I'm not going to be Heather. I'm going to be Blake. Our bodies are completely different.
Which just happens to be her number. No, I'm just kidding.
Our bodies are completely different. All the lifter girls are so amazing to watch. And it's nice, like when Chris does something, like if we're doing similar movements and he gives me a pointer and then I see him do the pointer and I'm like, great at lifting. Glad that I have you as a coach to help me because you're great at lifting.
Flawless. Huh, Jenny?
But
flawless.
It's nice to have that. But I really, really am happy to have those numbers because then it's in front of me. You know, it's not in my book that I get to turn away from at the end of the day. It's in front of me and what I want.
True.
So I'm trying to make myself accountable for myself, which is very, very hard because I don't like doing that. Everybody likes to blame somebody else for their downfalls.
True. True.
I mean, who's your accountability partner?
It's a mix usually. Sometimes I have certain people at the gym. They're like, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Like yesterday was Cotton because I really didn't want to go to class. Yeah. But I was like, I had already told Cotton I was going to go. So I got to go. And I did go. And I was half present. And then I was present for the second half. And then I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. But then I was like, I can't do this every day. Like if I had to go to 5 a.m. class, and that was 6 a.m.
Yeah.
No, that was 7.
But I mean, we had a rowing event. We went to a Christmas rowing event, guys.
We did. At the Wellness Center.
At the Wellness Center. And it was, you watched a Christmas movie.
Beautiful facility.
You rowed. Whoever got the most meters, like 1, you could decorate your rower 2. And all this stuff. And we got second. It was really cool. And then we went and got food. And I didn't get back home until like 10. You didn't leave until 10. So then to get back and, you know, decompress and get pajamas and go to bed, you know,
it's rough.
It takes a lot.
It does, huh, Jenny?
Yep. So if you guys have that holiday chaos, take a breath. Remember, today's episode is your reminder that slowing down doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose all your progress.
That's true.
These holidays, you have to remember what goal is going to make you happy.
Tamales.
Not everybody else. You. So travel workouts, deload week, mental resets, and healthy boundaries for December is always a good thing to look at. All right. If you feel like you go to the best affiliate, remember, you can always DM us on Instagram at SavagelyScaled or email us at SavagelyScaled1@gmail so we could come hang out with you next year, look at your facilities, ask the owners some questions, and even interview the members. We love that. And a lot of our listeners love those too and tell us, when are you going to do the next one? We're trying to find affiliates, guys. Trying our deepest and dealing with home life as well with that.
That's right.
If you have any questions or want us to answer them in an episode, you can also DM us again at SavagelyScaled on Instagram or email us at SavagelyScaled1@gmail.
Also, holiday recipes or any cool meal preps you guys might have, like, let us know.
Yeah. And if you love this episode, drop a Christmas tree emoji on our Instagram if you really needed this one, or share a recipe. But remember, don't be a Karen, be a Sharon, and keep sharing. It really does help. And until
we meet
at the whiteboard again. Bye.